How much has this win, does this win mean for you personally as a coach, especially since a lot of people have doubted your ability as a coach?
No, I think it's used for the country more than for me. We in South Africa, we needed this kind of accolades that we got this year. The economic crisis that we do have there, our people living in poverty and stuff like that, giving them hope for the future. If a guy like me can do it, anybody can do it, and I hope that we got the right message across. Coaches don't make players, players make coaches, and I think we've got a bunch of great rugby players out there. And I think the best leader in the business worldwide. So yeah, it would have been fair if we didn't take it out there.
John,
Yeah.
lineouts are a huge part of the game. Do you guys enjoy the fact that when you go to an All Black lineout, you've got a pretty good show of winning it?
It does help. It helps being able to take confidence out of the amount of ball you can get from other teams, not just the All Blacks. We try and poach as many of the teams we play against. We're pretty blessed with the kind of personnel we got. I mean, everyone talks about Victor, but he's rubbed off on Bakkies, on Juan, and even Skalkberger's getting into the air these days. So it just shows what kind of influence Victor's had. So it's a good area where we managed to put a lot of pressure.
Did you have a bit of a smile on your face in a couple of those scrums, given what had happened in the previous week?
It's always nice to smile back after the criticisms come.
Are you surprised, John, by the domination you've had in the line-out?
I'd be surprised if we didn't. We put a lot of work into the line-out, so it's when you got any kind of facet of play that you put a lot of work into, and we do put a lot of work into. We spend as much time on opposition ball as we do on our ball. A lot of planning. And if we didn't get that return, it would be pretty frustrating for us. So, we happy so far that we can reap the rewards from the work that we put in.
John, you must have been especially delighted that your first win personally ever in New Zealand, and you made up for Wellington extremely well last year when you managed to dump Brad Thorne today, and you finished strongly in the scrums. Yeah,
it was a good day, and it wasn't. I mean, I said to as one of the positive things out of last week's banana peel, I said to the guys at least they're under pressure now to make sure that they follow through on a win in New Zealand, which is something I haven't done, and the boys rocked up today and did the job. I'm very delighted.
Peter, do you think the Springboks can maintain the momentum you've got for the next 2 years?
Well, we came together at the beginning of the year, and we took it game by game. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. There's still a lot of mistakes that we made out there, and I think this team never saw the best of themselves yet. We don't have control over winning and losing, but we will definitely control the way we will prepare, and we hope that we can keep this momentum.
John, you bled quite a bit there tonight, and so did quite a few others. Where would you rank this game in terms of physical toughness in your career?
When I went down there, I was keen to try and issue some discipline to whoever did it. Then I realised it was one of my own players who cleaned me out. So I would have had to have thrown some handbags at Skalk. So yeah, if it's not tough enough playing against the All Blacks, I've got my own players clean me out these days. So yeah. I wish it would bleed hard enough so I could at least get a 10-minute break for somewhere like that, but it wouldn't.
John, where does this South African team rate as far as Tri-Nations history is concerned? Is this the best South African team that's played in the Tri-Nations?
I think it's difficult to say which is the best team that's ever played or won in a Tri-Nations. There's only been 3, and this is certainly was a lot tougher to win than the one we got in 2004. Obviously. There weren't many of us in '98. So, with the extra 2 games, it's a hell of a competition to win and to
You've beaten the All Blacks 3 times.
Yeah, and that is very satisfying. I mean, it's the old foe. We've spoken about it all week, well, all year really, and every year. And to have been able to do it 3 times in a row in 1 year, it's a satisfying result for the work that's been put in and the group of guys that we've got. It would be disappointing if we didn't follow through on the talent and the experience that we've got.
John, how nice is it when you receive... Sorry, mate. John, how nice is it when you receive a penalty 60 metres out to be able to turn around to your fullback and go, have a crack, son?
It was actually by chance that I hung around at captain's yesterday and I kept watching him. You know, he's not a goal kicker, he's a rocket launcher. Sometimes it's a little bit off target, but today I said to him before, and I said to him, you know, he's moving along to France, and make sure that he has a memorable game so that everyone will miss him. And jeez, I mean, those 3 penalties he put over from his own half. I mean, we didn't have a lot of time in the All Blacks half, in the first half, and we still got 9 points out of it. So it's hard to get that from any goal kicker.
Peter, just going back to Skalkberger, it must have been pretty disruptive for you guys to lose John Smith on the day of the game, but you must have been very happy with how Skalk stepped up to a relatively sort of unknown position for him.
Yeah, we were a bit down as a team this morning when we had to have to withdraw the man. But then again, how blessed are we to fall back on a guy like Skalk and Ryan then to stand in for him. So it was a bit disruptive, but you could see that they fitted in nicely, as we expect of them. And yeah, they true professionals.
Go to number8.co.nz.